They call this
the big one
for a reason. But how did a father end up coaching against his own son, and how did Clovis versus Buchanan become the most electric high school wrestling rivalry in California? We flew here to find out because we are looking for the best high school wrestling duel in America. Over 1,000 high schools in California have wrestling teams, but 2 stand clearly above the rest. Clovis and Buchanan combined for 22 team state titles and 65 individual state titles. But how did 2 public schools only 5 miles apart from each other become the epicenter of California wrestling? A lot of the credit can be traced back to one man, Floyd Doc Buchanan. Doc was the very first superintendent of Clovis Unified School District, and according to Tierell, wrestling was his favorite sport.
You don't get to say this often, so I love promoting it. As a few years ago passed away, it's not oftentimes the highest up's favorite sport is wrestling.
His favorite sport was wrestling?
Yeah, which is really weird. Like I said, he would admit it though, I promise. I'm not speaking ill of it. He would say, yeah. He'd have to, be a little more politically correct about it, but.
Doc made one decision that changed everything. He added school-sponsored sports to every Clovis Unified elementary and middle school, including wrestling.
We have wrestling in our elementary schools, and then they all feed into a junior high, which has its own wrestling program, and then it feeds into a high school.
Suddenly, almost every incoming freshman in Clovis already had years of mat time, and the momentum never stopped. Clovis was here first, winning titles before Buchanan even existed. But when Buchanan opened in 1991, it carried the name of the very man who grew wrestling in the Central Valley. That meant one thing: they had to be better than Clovis at the sport he loved. And how do you make that rivalry even more intense? Add the one ingredient that can drive anyone crazy: family.
Our father, you'll see why I say that, was the coach at Clovis High.
Steve Tierell, a legendary coach who turned Clovis into a national powerhouse, actually started as an assistant at Buchanan. That's why his son Adam wrestled there, becoming Buchanan's first state champion in 1996. But then Steve became the head coach at Clovis, where his younger sons Troy and Alex won state titles. Adam later returned and started coaching at Clovis, despite the fact that he went to high school at Buchanan. But the plot twisted again when Troy also returned to the Central Valley and took the head coaching job at Buchanan, despite the fact that he wrestled in high school at Clovis.
When I started here, even our parents didn't like me because they still thought of you're Tierell, you're the enemy.
Whew, that first year at Buchanan, I think they beat us 73-2. Yes, we lost a team point. That wasn't me though.
Did Thanksgiving start getting awkward when you started beating your dad and your brother?
No, but the only funny story I can remember of that is my mom, actually. One time someone was asking that in front of my dad, who do you root for? And my mom said, you know what? I'd like Troy to win. And my dad about had a heart attack. I thought, it was like, what? What did you say?
Do you remember that? No, but I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Even in today's duel, the family threads are wild. Nickade Zinkin is a state champion for Clovis, and his cousin Rockland Zinkin is a state champion for Buchanan. But Rockland's dad also wrestled back in the day for, guess where? Clovis. I know that's a lot to digest, but JD and I heard about all these dynamics plus the spectacle that this duel is and decided we couldn't miss it as part of our search for the
best high school wrestling duel in the country.
And don't forget, we're grading these duels on 4 criteria: venue, quality of wrestling, history, and energy.
Here on Buchanan Campus, first thing we notice, activities calendar, Wednesday, wrestling versus Clovis High, a big one. First thing you notice right away, boom, the stage, the lights, the blow-up inflatables coming from each corner, the pom-poms already set out for both sides. You got your red and blue for the Buchanan, your blue and gold for Clovis.
Because these schools are so close to each other, they actually split the room 50-50. One side for Clovis and one side for Buchanan. I thought that was really unique and cool.
Look at this, recliners, mat side to a high school meet.
Complete with a concession stand.
You got a VIP area.
Each year, it's like who can one-up who. This year, one of the greatest things I'm pumped about is we did the live band. It's actually made up of one of our people on campus and a counselor. They're much better than a house band. Like, they open for actual big-time bands, so.
I was Troy Tierell's 5th grade teacher back in the day. True story.
Do you think this is the best high school wrestling duel in the country?
Oh, hands down. You're gonna have people coming to this from the outlying communities. People that just love wrestling know that this is gonna be one of the top tier events in the state for the year. I mean, look at it. I mean, This is a production.
The wrestlers themselves set almost all of this stuff up. They're putting their skin in the game too, so to speak. And it takes a couple days, a month or so to plan. This sport is just ingrained in the culture of the Valley. It kind of speaks to mano y mano, the work of living in the Valley and like doing your thing. So yeah, we're excited that it's here.
The event started with performances from both dance teams that did the handshakes, and the live band crushed the national anthem. And then, almost immediately, we were treated with an insane 32-point match at 215 pounds. Buchanan's freshman Sammy Seha is ranked number 8 in the state at 215, but Clovis's number 3 ranked heavyweight senior Mark Marin cut down to face him, and madness ensued.
I think we're gonna win. What do you think of Buchanan?
I think they're lame.
What's the most hype thing about wrestling meets?
When they slam somebody.
The real part that's fun is the tons of students yelling at each other. And to be honest, they probably don't know that much about wrestling. Their favorite part's a lift to mat return. But you really just want them yelling. That's what makes it enjoyable.
Halfway through the duel, this is nuts. This is like the craziest high school sporting spectacle I've been to.
And on the lead cowbell, Principal Hermione! And then looking fresh and seeing and moving to the movement. They just went in your face. Somebody turn around and play that funky music. Go on. Play that funky music.
What do you guys think of wrestling? It's amazing. It's the best sport there is. It's badass. It's not like any other thing in this. What do you guys think of Clovis? They're no good. They're sorry. They shouldn't even be on the mat with us.
And they're little bro right now, and they'll always be little bro.
Who's gonna win tonight?
Of course, the Bears. Them Bears, baby. Go Bears.
Scoreboard. Yeah!
The match I was most excited for, Nikkade Zinkin, California's number 1 taking on number 2 Joseph Toscano. A match that was also number 2 versus number 4 in the entire country. Clovis took that win, but Buchanan was dominating the duel, and their lead was extended even further when a Clovis kid was ejected for pushing his opponent off the stage. Buchanan sealed the duel with a pin, closing it out 45-17, but you'd never know it was lopsided from the energy in the room. It just felt like a party, no matter what the scoreboard said.
Most people in wrestling really don't understand wrestling. They come and they like it once they see it, but if they enjoy the experience, that's all they talk about. So I think that's important. I think we need to do that more in wrestling, period. They like it when you throw t-shirts up in the stands or the halftime and the different things that go on. We're selling a product. Most people aren't wrestling fans. They learn to be wrestling fans, and then they love to be wrestling fans.
I know for me, it felt like a party. I wasn't even concerned with what the team score was. I was just having fun.
I was concerned about the team score.
All right, JD, I'm from California. I might be a little biased, so I need you to tell me right now.
You're not biased.
Kick ass or what? That was so sick.
One of the best wrestling events I have ever been to, regardless of age, style, division, whatever. It was truly an experience. The coaches talked about it that we interviewed, how they try and put on a show, and they really did.
It was so much fun. It makes me so proud as a former California wrestler to put this on this stage. So I'm pumped.
It really crushed all of our criteria. Now that I've said that, I got to think about our criteria.
Number one, history. We got Adam Tierell, Steve Tierell. They're coaching Clovis. They make it the best program in the state of California. Then Troy, Steve's other son and Adam's brother, leaves and goes to Buchanan. That's enough to cut you out of the family right there. No more Thanksgiving. Then not only does he go to Buchanan, he makes them the number one team in the state of California eventually as well. And they're fighting each other for state titles year after year after year. Awkward holidays. I don't know how much more history you could get. Also, I was talking with someone recently about California wrestling and how the reason that there are good wrestlers is because it's just a big state. It doesn't have the culture of wrestling like Pennsylvania does, like Iowa does. I would say that's generally true, except for right here in the Central Valley. Doc Buchanan, who this school is named after, believed in wrestling. It was his favorite sport. He put it in the middle schools. He made it so everyone in the Central Valley has touched or been adjacent to the sport of wrestling. Definitely a very history-rich duel.
And that's how you get to crushing our second criteria, quality of wrestling. We saw featured D1 wrestlers. We checked out the room. You can see all their list of D1 wrestlers that have gone through the program.
JD and I forgot to mention it while we were there, but this was also the number 6 versus the number 17 team in the country. And when you got the history, when you got the quality of wrestling, what comes next, JD? Atmosphere.
The atmosphere.
Our third criteria. Well, I don't know what else to say. I kind of already went through it all. The party atmosphere, it was so much fun.
You got the band, the drum line, the packed stands, and the packed stands through the entire last match.
How many people do you think were in here? They said 2,000. It felt like 4,000.
I don't know. It was enough to make it hot and sweaty in here. They had to open up the doors to cool it down. It was tremendous.
And last but not least, the venue. They had the stage, they had the lights. This felt like such a production, and the venue was a big part of that.
The venue itself, sorry to Buchanan, is nothing crazy, you know.
Oh, you're gonna knock the venue.
I'm not gonna knock the venue. You were right. It is absolutely like the perfect size for a high school duel.
It's not a unique enough venue for you?
It's not unique. That's
okay.
what I'm saying. It's not unique.
Okay, that's it for Clovis versus Buchanan. I think we still got one more duel on the way in this series, JD. It's a mystery what it is. You'll never find out. It's Del Barton versus Blair.
And then we will take all the information we've got, look at all the footage, and decide once and for all what is the
best high school wrestling duel in the country.
In the world. We should say that from the beginning. What's the best high school duel in the world? Is they're not doing high school duels in like Asia?
Maybe, I don't know.
It's kind of like if you win the Super Bowl, you're like the world champions of football, or if you win the NBA, you're the world. Let's cut it. And if you want to be notified when more videos like this are uploaded to YouTube, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. This morning I uploaded a teaser of the video you just watched before it even came out. I'm trying to build a little community there of people that like these videos. Other than that, YouTube thinks you would really like this video, and see you later.